Hello everybody and welcome to the Gaming News Roundup video for Pretty Good Gaming on April the 30th, 2019. My name's Gareth Evans, this is Mr. Henry Cooper, and have we got a jam-packed show for you? Coming up, we've got everybody's favourite segment, the Gaming News Nuggets, as well as some other news stories. But first, Henry's going to talk.
Yay. The latest Sony exclusive Days Gone has become the biggest physical launch of 2019 so far in the UK. The open world zombie survival action adventure game has beaten out some pretty stiff competition already. January saw the Resident Evil 2 remake and Kingdom Hearts 3, February was packed with Metro Exodus, Far Cry New Dawn and Anthem, and March had Devil May Cry 5, The Division 2 and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. What makes this accomplishment even more impressive is that the game is a brand new IP and the game didn't review particularly well, resting at just 72 on Metacritic. The game also beat out NetherRealm's Mortal Kombat 11, a game which scored higher with reviewers, has a convoluted microtransaction system, and is part of a long-standing franchise with massive brand recognition. The game sales are currently 27% lower than last year's God of War, which shifted 3.1 million units in 3 days and broke the record for fastest selling game sales on the PS4 at the time. It's important to remember that these figures are for the UK only and just refer to boxed game sales, not digital. Despite the reviewers not looking too kindly on the game, Sony Ben's days are certainly not gone.
Oh!
Terrible puns. I was really.
Service, isn't it?
I knew that's how I was going to end it as soon as I started writing. I was like, this is getting in. I don't care what's happening.
First.
Yeah.
You can't stop me no matter who you are.
It's only boxed in the UK, Henry. What does that say? It says nothing. Doesn't tell you anything about the game, does it? It's absolutely useless. Everyone buys digital. Everyone knows that. Nobody buys boxed games anymore. Right, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Before you write it, I thought I'd say it. Because you all fucking write it.
Physical sales are still massively relevant in the AAA space. We did a video on it a while ago. Have a look. There's a bunch of numbers in it that will say, yeah, digital's it's big, but physical's still winning when it comes to AAA, and Days Gone, AAA game.
Especially AAA games where the key demographic are the people that they're marketing to for this game aren't gamers like me and you who watch gaming related shit on YouTube. They're just regular people who buy the likes of Call of Duty, they buy the Red Dead Redemption and a Ubisoft game every now and then. People who just play open world games with a gruff white male protagonist who are going to lap this game up regardless of the reviews, and that's what's happened, it seems like. And if God of War sold 3.1 million in 3 days?
Yeah,
3 days. And if the 27% lower is any indication, even though it is physical in the UK, whatever, any indication of the relationship between those sales, then Days Gone we can assume to be around 2 million in sales in the first weekend, which is not a bad result, whether you like the game or not. And we're going to save our impressions until tomorrow's video. Ooh, won't that be exciting? I'll tell you what I think about the gruff male white protagonist. See if it's any good or not, or whether it's a generic game, or who knows what I think. Nobody.
We definitely relate to being gruff male protagonists because we're just so gruff and male and white. You are definitely losing your tan though. You're getting whiter and whiter.
Hey, come on now. I spent a lot of money on this.
But now that's all out of the way, get ready for your daily news nuggets.
Yet again, Fortnite creators Epic Games are being sued over one of the game's emotes. This time over the apparent use of real-world saxophone player Leo Pellegrino's eccentric dance moves. Pellegrino's case argues that Epic are profiting from his externally rotatable feet, and there is no other saxophonist who makes moves like Leo P, and no doubt that Epic sought to exploit his likeness and signature movement for profit in Fortnite. He's been represented by the law firm Pierce Bainbridge Breck Price and Hecht LLP, who has battled with Epic multiple times over copyright infringement in the past.
Days Gone wasn't the only game to launch this month which boasted massive hordes of undead creatures to shoot at. World War Z launched on the 16th of April and apparently, according to Saber Interactive CEO Matthew Kirch, is performing above expectations on PC thanks to the Epic Store. Saber is extremely thrilled by the performance of the game on all platforms. On the PC specifically, we are performing way above expectations thanks to the support we've received from the Epic Games Store.
We got some new uncut gameplay gameplay of the upcoming grim action-adventure stealth game, A Plague Tale: Innocence. It shows off more of the game's stealth mechanics like avoiding hordes of plague rats and using them as weapons to take down enemies. The game launches on May the 14th on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
If your adoration of everyone's favourite anthropomorphic train Thomas the Tank Engine wasn't satisfied with his appearance in Resident Evil 2 as a mod, then look no further. If the crushing humiliation of Sekiro wasn't enough for you, the game can now be modded to feature the iconic character. The mod switches out the Great Serpent boss for an enormous Thomas model with haunting train whistle sound effects, but unfortunately it doesn't come with his theme tune.
Sony's PS4 exclusive Dreams is currently in early access on the PlayStation Store, and people are already creating some pretty cool stuff. One user has managed to replicate the opening sequence of fellow PS4 exclusive Spider-Man. Twitter user Tamir Williams shared his creation through the stages of development as he added more detail, background objects, and Spider-Man's iconic colours.
New free and paid DLC has been announced for Square Enix's Kingdom Hearts 3. The announcement was made by the game's director Tetsuya Nomura at Kingdom Hearts Orchestra World of Treasure show in Tokyo. The free content includes a new Keyblade and form, with the bulkier paid content including limit and secret episodes with bosses and an additional scenario temporarily titled Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind.
Xbox games with gold for May have been announced. Players will be able to get the Xbox One games Marooners and Golf Club 19, featuring PGA Tour for free, as well as the 360 games Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon, and Comic Jumper for free through backwards compatibility. Not exactly the tastiest of pickings this month, but at least they're free if you don't count the subscription cost.
The insanely popular farming simulator Stardew Valley is getting a new update. Developer Eric Barone has described update 1.4 as a big one, and it will introduce a brand new farm map called Four Corners, which can be played in single and multiplayer. There is no release date for the update just yet, but it will be coming to PC first, with console and mobile versions coming later, according to Barone.
To celebrate the Japanese national holiday called Golden Week, Steam and PSN have launched their Golden Week themed sale, not to be mistaken with Golden Shower sale. Don't know why Golden Shower popped in my head, Dan.
It's a little bit weird. Is it because they're Japanese? Is it your cultural prejudices, you gruff white male?
You're telling me I'm weird? Wow. That's some heavy shit there. You must know it's bad if Henry calls you weird.
Let's go play Panty Party.
The storefronts are offering a number of heavy discounts on various Japanese games, with the PlayStation sale ending on May the 7th, while Steam's ends on the 6th. Links in the description to go and find yourself a juicy golden Japanese deal. Next up, it's time for a joke, Henry.
Let's have a look at what we've got.
And the dad jokes are brought to you by the PGG Discord, which is supported by the patrons over at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. So if you want to get into the Discord and to see the awesome dad jokes, you laughed. You fucked me up then by laughing. If you want to go to Discord and read the awesome dad jokes channel, ignore that mofo.
He's messed it up about 6 times.
And head over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming because you support the channel and it's well worth it and we really appreciate it, regardless of how much he's laughing. I nailed that first time.
This joke's not as funny as what I've
just happened.
See, so there's a few good ones in here, but I picked the newcomer because I like seeing the new boys out. This is from Seep. So last night I got mugged by 6 dwarves. Not happy.
Not happy.
Not happy.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice.
That was a good one.
Congratulations. Thanks for your contributions, sir. Much respect. Now, it might be a bit of a joke to say that there's currently a riot happening at Riot Games, but the truth really isn't that far off. The developer of the most watched game on Twitch as I write this, League of Legends, has been in trouble of late concerning alleged gender discrimination, sexism, and misconduct at the studio. Recently, 5 current and former employees filed lawsuits against the company, alleging that it fosters a sexist workplace culture. In August last year, Riot even published an apology and promised to change its ways following a Kotaku article exposing the culture at the company. But today, many current employees are planning a walkout on May the 6th in protest to the company's handling of 2 current female employees who are actively suing the company. Riot filed a motion to force these 2 women into private arbitration, a motion opposed by some of the staff, which they say is in conflict to their previous promises. According to Kotaku, quote, "It's a controversial practice that pushes complaints complaints into an extra legal system with no jury or judge. That makes it much less likely that employees can hold employers accountable for alleged wrongdoing. One current employee has been quoted by Kotaku saying, "The leadership consistently promised transparency actions to be taken and then did not deliver on that promise." Kotaku's most recent article about forced arbitration finally lit the spark, and some folks decided to take action. It isn't known how many of the company's approximately 2,500 employees will participate in the walkout if it goes ahead next week. Some employees having indicated to Kotaku that they will be supporting the protest but not actually participating. This is another bad bit of press for the company, who have been under the microscope since controversy kicked off following the Kotaku article in August last year. League of Legends is still one of the most played games in the world right now, with the estimated number of monthly users said to be in the tens of millions. So Riot are in trouble for promising to change the culture, but actually when it comes down to it, like in the 8 or 9 months since all this kicked off in the first place, they seem to be not putting the employees first again. They seem to be trying to manipulate the situation in their favor. So we'll have to wait and see how this one pans out, because next week there will be people walking out, and they are a big studio, Riot Games. You don't hear of them that often, but League of Legends is an absolute behemoth of a game.
Oh, here we go again.
Boom! It's a huge game, and it has been popular for years and years and years, and one of the most played games in the world. So they are a hugely successful company with a lot of issues, a lot of problems right now that need sorting out, and it's going to be interesting to see how it gets resolved.
So that's it from us for today and your daily news roundup. We'll be back again tomorrow with some Days Gone talk and do some impressions, some fresh, hot off the press impressions, impressions, if you like. If you want to support us in the content we're creating and get access to the Discord that we spoke about earlier, where you get all the jokes, as well as our podcast a couple of days early, go over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. There's a few other things on there, so maybe sign up and give us your money, because we need it. Yeah, drop the buck, load the shell, shoot the bitch.
You don't have to do that.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
I mean, you look at the YouTube AdSense. I mean, that would probably be better than YouTube AdSense. Let's be honest. Selling that buck, like skinning it, and getting the proceeds from that is probably more per month than we get AdSense, right? Let's be honest. This is YouTube.
You can stick it on the wall and look nice. Forget the YouTube like accolade thing for subs. Stick a stag's head up. This has gone really weird. So we'll catch you next time. I've been Henry. He's been Gaz. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Discord, and if you want to get your mates on, no fuck, you don't get your hands on a Discord. What are you talking about, Gaz? Which is supported by the Patreons. And if you want to get your hands, or you want to get into, I said hands again. If you want to get into the PGG Discord channel, fucking hell, I've just butchered this whole thing. Try again.